What's up, everyone? Today we're talking about the Lumix LX100 II and why it's one of the best street photography cameras that you can get. So, I bought a Leica. Okay, not really. I bought a Lumix LX100 II. But it's basically a Leica. And I'll tell you what. This is the Lumix LX100 II. It's an advanced compact camera from Panasonic that came out around 2018. It's still for sale brand new at B&H and Amazon, but I picked this one up for $600 on Facebook Marketplace. I was looking for a compact camera that I could bring anywhere that I needed. Didn't have to worry about lenses. It is a fixed lens. I wanted the zoom lens, but I wanted some pro features that really made it feel like I was still using my larger mirrorless cameras. Now, this thing is packed with features. It has a 24-75 power zoom lens that has an aperture of 1.7 to 2.8. 2.8 being at 75 millimeters, but as it obviously gets wider, it gets faster. I usually just keep it at f2.8 unless I'm shooting something that really does need the depth of field of 1.7, but leaving it at 2.8 just lets me leave all the same settings so that I know throughout the entire zoom range I'm covered. I usually shoot on a 24-75 or a 24-70 lens that has an f2.8 aperture, so I'm already used to it, and so this really does help with that. It's a micro four thirds sensor with about 17 used megapixels. I believe the sensor itself is 21 megapixels. It has selectable, let's see if I can see that. It has selectable aspect ratio in camera, which is awesome. You can control it using your phone and the Panasonic Lumix app. And when I said pro features, it really does have your shutter speed, your exposure compensation dial. It has your aperture selection on the front of the lens. So it really does emulate a lot of the bigger pro body cameras while remaining this small. And when I say this small, I mean I'm literally can just grab the whole thing with one hand and it's fine. I can throw it in a backpack, I can throw it in a bag. If I'm wearing a jacket, I can throw it in the pocket, but it really does stand out. Now, previously I said this is a baby Leica. When I say baby Leica, I'm really just comparing it to an actual Leica model that you can still buy. It's called the Leica Deluxe 7, and I'll link that down below. And brand new, that costs $1,400. But if you look side by side at the Panasonic Lumix LX100 II and the Leica Deluxe 7, they are built almost identically. This camera does have a Leica Verilux Summicron lens. It was made in conjunction with Leica, which makes me think they just wanted a similar camera. And when I say similar, I mean they just rebodied it almost. They changed the casing on the back, still has the touchscreen, still has the same megapixel, still has the same sensor. So if you really do want essentially the same product that Leica sells for a fraction of the money, this is the way to go. It has all the menu systems are Panasonic based, so you don't have the Leica menus. But beyond that, I paid $600 for this. It was used a few times. I got 3 batteries. You can actually mount a flash on this hot shoe that it comes with. So on that hot shoe, you can actually get this little baby flash that goes on here. If you want to do any like walk around night photography with flash, you can do that. So that's really nice. Or if you're just taking pictures at a family event and everybody wants flash photography, then you can use that. So one little mod that I actually did to this camera was it normally comes with a traditional lens cap. This is not it. With this lens cap, let's see if I can get this off. So this is the lens cap that I bought. It was on Amazon, it's made by JJC, and it's a retractable spring activated lens cap. And so I put that, this is what it comes with, It comes with another ring that you can put a lens cap on it, and then it has a tie down for the lens cap that you can actually tie to here, so that when you take it off, it just kind of hangs. But I didn't feel like dealing with that, so I bought this. You pop off the original ring, and then you screw that on, and then whenever you open it, it springs open. You can use it. You can zoom. You can close it. And if I close it, it does that. So it keeps it really discreet. I don't have to worry about anything hitting the lens. It doesn't open when I shake it. I can throw this in a bag, and I really don't have to care about it that much. And so that's why I chose this camera. On top of that, it shoots 4K video. It shoots, now it's a 1.3 crop 4K on a micro four thirds sensor, so it's not the best 4K video you're getting. You can't shoot in log or any sort of flat color profile. You can do what you can to reduce saturation and increase dynamic range. They have an intelligent dynamic range option on here, but it does have in-body stabilization for photos. And on top of that, it also has face tracking autofocus. It's not the best, it's not Sony level, but it is pretty good. I've tried some in-studio shots with it, and it actually turned out pretty well. So here's that. It's pretty good, right? Okay. So, and then on top of that, there's a few cons with this camera. Now, if you're looking to use this as a vlogging camera, obviously it doesn't have a flip-out touchscreen, so you can't see yourself. On top of that, it doesn't have a built-in microphone input, so that's kind of, you're out of luck in terms of audio. It does not have the best internal mics in terms of built-in mics, but so I really do wish I could plug in a Rode Video Micro, and this would be a little tiny vlogging rig. That would be really nice, but they didn't offer that. And then on top of that, with the HDMI input or HDMI output, you can't use it to look at the footage through a monitor. You have to, it's only for playback, so you're not able to monitor what's actually being shot. At least I haven't figured it out yet. So what I have been using is that I can set this up, use the Panasonic Lumix app, or whatever it's called, and I can actually trigger I can pretty much control the whole camera. I can trigger recording, I can set my zoom, I can set everything right from the camera. It actually connects really well as opposed to the Sony Imaging Edge app that always seems to like kick me out a few times before it lets me stay in. So beyond that, it actually is a really good app that functions really well. On top of that, it does have 5 custom buttons. So the 5 custom buttons are actually really nice. You can set them to do whatever function obviously you want on the camera. So it makes it really even easier to use when doing street photography. And that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. It's just a brief overview on the camera. I'll update you as I use it. Go follow me on Instagram if you wanna see some photos that are actually taken with this thing. But until then, I'm gonna do a longer term review video down the road. I'm gonna bring it on a couple trips with me this summer and then go from there. But as of right now, it is a really good competitor, really good just travel camera that you can confidently walk around with and use all the time. So if you haven't already, subscribe down below, hit the like button, and I'll catch you next time.